Listen closely, because right now, at this exact moment, something is tracking you. It's not loud, it doesn't need to be. It's silent, methodical, and it knows you better than you know yourself. It knows where you sleep, where you work, where you pretend to be okay. It's not some boogeyman. It's not a monster in your closet. It's something much deeper. It's every memory you've tried to forget. Every time you said, "I'm fine," when you weren't. Every scar you've covered with distractions. It's been waiting in the dark corners of your mind, whispering your name, not to scare you, but to remind you. It's still there. Carl Jung understood this better than anyone. He didn't just study psychology. He stared into the core of human nature for years and found what most people spend their lives avoiding: the truth that pain doesn't disappear just because we ignore it. You can bury it deep, lock it away, numb it, avoid it. But it always finds a crack, and when it does, it doesn't knock, it breaks in. Now here's the terrifying part. We've built a culture that's obsessed with pretending we're over it. Just move on. Stay positive. You're stronger than your past. It sounds nice. It feels comforting. But it's dangerous, because healing isn't found in denial. It's found in the confrontation, and no one teaches us how to do that. Instead, we scroll, we binge, we medicate, we distract. We convince ourselves that we've outgrown the pain, when really, it's grown with us. You know what I'm talking about. That hole in your chest that's been there since your dad never showed up. That need to prove your worth in every relationship. That fear of being abandoned, rejected, exposed. We don't heal these things by pretending they're not there. Jung called this part of us the shadow, the parts we hide, suppress, or deny. But the shadow doesn't stay hidden. It shows up in our relationships. It sabotages our progress. It repeats the same cycles, hoping we'll finally pay attention. Think about the last time you pushed someone away who got too close. That wasn't a personality quirk. That was your shadow acting out. The last time you crushed it at work, but still felt like a fraud. That voice in your head saying, "You're not enough." Yeah, that's not imposter syndrome. That's your unhealed self echoing through your achievements. And that's the tragedy. We let pain run the show, while convincing ourselves we're in control. We shrink our lives, dim our light, and silence our truth just so we don't have to sit with discomfort. But you can't outwork your shadow. You can't out-hustle your past. What you don't face owns you. Jung knew that your unconscious mind isn't just a dark basement filled with trauma. It's intelligent. It remembers everything. And when you try to hide from it, it doesn't just sit quietly. It fights back. At first, it's subtle. You date people who emotionally abandon you. You flinch every time someone gets close. You accidentally mess things up right when you're about to succeed. You chalk it up to bad luck. But it's not bad luck. It's your buried pain waving a flag saying, "You haven't dealt with me yet." And if you keep ignoring it, if you keep masking it with overachievement or avoidance, the volume gets louder, the signals get sharper, the sabotage gets more severe, until you can't pretend anymore. And here's the part that most people don't want to hear. Buried pain doesn't just stay psychological. It finds its way into your physical body, into your health, into your habits. Chronic fatigue, migraines that won't go away, tension in your neck that feels permanent, that might be emotional residue. Trauma that never got to speak, grief that never got to cry, anger that never got to scream. And it doesn't stop there. It leaks into your relationships. You end up attracting the same kind of pain over and over again, just wearing different faces, the same fights, the same betrayals, the same confusion, like you're stuck in some emotional Groundhog Day. And still, you think it's just coincidence? Or maybe you think you're just broken. But it's not either. It's your shadow begging for recognition. Sometimes it doesn't show up in love or health. It shows up in your purpose. You get close to something great, then blow it up. You play small. You hesitate when it matters most. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, but because deep down, there's a fear of being fully seen, of being exposed, of being known. Jung saw this as fate, but not in the mystical sense. He believed that what we don't make conscious shows up as fate. You don't deal with your abandonment issues, you'll keep being abandoned. You don't deal with your trust issues, life will keep bringing you reasons not to trust. And over time, it starts to feel like the universe has it out for you. But really, it's just your mind echoing your wounds back to you. And now, I'm going to say something that might rattle you. Sometimes we don't actually want to heal. I know that sounds crazy, but healing means change. It means surrendering the stories we've clung to for safety. I'm broken. I'm too far gone. People always leave. Those beliefs become shields. If you stay wounded, you don't have to risk getting hurt again. If you keep playing the victim, you don't have to take responsibility. Your pain becomes your comfort zone. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. Jung knew this too. He knew that healing doesn't happen through intellectual understanding. It happens when we give up the safety of being the wounded one, the misunderstood one, the unlucky one. And that's terrifying, because when you let go of the wound, you also let go of the identity it gave you. If you don't confront that shadow, it doesn't disappear. It gets louder. It breaks through the walls you've built. One day, you wake up and feel empty for no reason. You get hit with depression that makes no sense, anxiety that has no clear trigger, addictions that spiral, relationships that fall apart over the smallest things. And suddenly, your life feels like it's falling apart. But really, it's your shadow coming to collect. By the time you're older, 50, 60, 70, you look back and realize you spent your whole life running from something that just wanted to be acknowledged. Your younger self wasn't trying to ruin you. It just wanted to be seen. That scared, hurt, lonely version of you only wanted to be brought home. Jung called this the second half of life. He believed that the first half is about building careers, families, reputations. But the second half, that's when the real work begins. That's when all the stuff you shoved away starts resurfacing. Not to punish you, but to give you a chance to be whole. You can't keep building on a cracked foundation. Eventually, the cracks show. And the only way to repair it is to stop pretending it's not broken. That's where integration begins. That's when healing starts. Now, before you think this is all doom and gloom, let's shift. Because Jung didn't believe the shadow was something to kill or erase. He believed it was something sacred, something essential. Not a problem, but a portal. He didn't say, fix your shadow. He said, integrate it. Bring it back into the light. Learn from it. Befriend it. Your pain is not your enemy. It's your most loyal teacher. Your wounds aren't signs of weakness. They're gateways to wisdom. Every single scar you carry is a lesson waiting to be listened to. And if you stop running, if you turn around and face what's been following you, that's where your transformation begins. Ask yourself, what is this pain trying to teach me? That's the moment the hunt ends. That's the moment you stop being prey and start becoming the one in control. This is the hero's journey Joseph Campbell wrote about. The dark night of the soul mystics have spoken of for centuries. That descent before the rise. That death of who you were so you can become who you're meant to be. You don't become powerful by avoiding pain. You become powerful by walking through it and surviving it. Jung was obsessed with alchemy, the symbolic transformation of lead into gold. But he didn't think it was just about metals. He believed the lead was our darkness, and the gold, our growth, our compassion, our wholeness. But that transformation only happens when you step into the fire, when you stop numbing and start feeling. Your pain is not hunting you to destroy you. It's trying to evolve you. It's trying to shape you into someone deeper, more conscious, more powerful. The person who was abandoned, they learn self-trust. The one who was betrayed, they gain insight. The one who was rejected, they build self-worth, but only if they stop running. You have a choice to make now. You can keep pretending, keep shrinking, keep blaming, keep distracting yourself until your shadow takes over your life completely. Or you can turn around. You can face the pain. You can go into the dark corners of yourself that you've been avoiding for years. Not with fear, but with curiosity, with honesty, with courage. This isn't about putting a positive spin on things. This isn't about affirmations or good vibes only. This is about radical truth, radical self-responsibility. This is about sitting with the discomfort long enough to finally hear what it's been trying to say. And yes, it's going to hurt. Growth always does. But on the other side, freedom. Real freedom. Not the kind you buy, Not the kind that comes from pretending everything is fine. The kind that comes from owning every piece of who you are, light and shadow, glory and grit, joy and scars. That's what Jung tried to show us. That being whole isn't about being perfect. It's about being complete. It's about saying, yes, I've been hurt, and yes, I'm still here. It's about accepting your broken parts without shame, your darkness without fear, your story without edits. Because the moment you stop dividing yourself into the parts you like and the parts you hide, you become unstoppable. That's when you stop looking over your shoulder. That's when you stop self-sabotaging. That's when you stop feeling like life is working against you. Because now, you're aligned, you're integrated, you're not hiding anymore. So, no, I'm not here to comfort you. I'm not here to promise a 3-step fix. I'm here to give you the truth. Your pain is shaping your life, whether you admit it or not. Your shadow is running your story, whether you face it or not. The only question left is, will you keep being the hunted, or will you become the hunter? The hunt is already happening. The war is already on. You don't get to avoid it. You only get to choose how you face it. Jung gave us the roadmap. He laid out the tools. But the courage, that's on you. The decision to turn inward, to do the work, to integrate your pain, that's your responsibility. And when you do, that's where the hunt ends. That's where the real you begins. Not the masked version, not the perfect version, the real you, the one who isn't afraid of their past anymore, the one who owns it. So if this touched something inside you, if your chest tightened, if your gut whispered, "This is me," then you're ready. You're ready to stop running. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Like this video if it moved you. Subscribe if you want more raw, no-filter truth. And in the comments, be brave. Tell me what you've been running from. Tell me what you're ready to face. Because we don't heal by hiding. We heal by being witnessed. And the only way out is through. Together. Welcome to the end of the hunt. Welcome to the revolution of integration. Welcome to yourself.